Moin! Welcome back to another replay, and oh boy, are we in for a stupid one. So let's see how it goes. I'm on green here in a team with Monkey Town, Benjova, and Adrenaline against Parasailin, Next Level RNG, Zimnik, and Akantos. And well, this game was pretty lopsided. But kind of interesting. So I wanted to share it with you. So have fun watching this, and yeah, I'll try to take a look out, but you can't really expect too many tactical decisions here. But let's see how it goes. So my first roll was this, and I don't really like to start with zombie, so I went for turrets, placed them, and rerolled into, well, not the really best roll, but let's see how it goes here. I will keep this at 1x speed just to get the full experience into it. I will probably edit out the replay timer so you don't see how long the game is gonna go. Well, so this is my second roll. Let's see. I rolled into cannon and lot, which are both playable. I have good blocker and good cold roll. And yeah, I did something which I wanted to do in a long time. I wanted to try, well, I first started cannon, and then I saw Monkey's comment onto his message here and decided against it. So yeah, it's my time for Baboon overbuild, or his, I don't know. So after all, I started the cannon and then decided, yeah, I want something different. And I started with the Outcast. Yeah, for all who don't know, this guy, the upgraded version, has two different abilities. One is it gets armor plus for each unit which is surrounding it, and that's the way why I place this codes like they are. So for each unit that's surrounded, it gets extra bonus armor, takes the armor away from the other units, the upgraded one, and yeah, they send warriors into us, and usually Outcast does not do very well against warriors, but since I have 5 calls, which are one of the best tier 1s here, and I get the very early snipe on one of the warriors, so yeah, overall this little fella is gonna do work here. Just one warrior alive for a whole long time. Just a few stuns make me go mid here. The other lanes, here we have a Dwarf Fighter lane leaking, here we have an Aqua lane leaking, and here we have the Marv lane just leaking the warriors, and I am going mid here. Yeah, which is something that's very unexpected, and this should not happen in a normal game, but well, it happened here. And yeah, so I early snipe first warrior here, get the second one, and suddenly I am a fat Outcast lane in an interesting game where we have pushers around us. Yeah, so everyone is quite excited about this. And I wanted to full push the Outcast, so I wanted to go like early push and give up on 5, 6. So just get this the stuff I got here into push, but as you can see, I am not currently pushing, and I am not pushing in the next levels. So yeah, I'm up for a different strat, so I want to go for Outcast on, or well, not the Outcast, but the upgraded one on 3. So let's see how that goes. First of all, my hold, I have absolutely no clue how good Outcast and Cold are on 2. They did well enough against warriors, so usually I assume something that holds warriors does at least decent on 2. So I add another Cryptid End to fill all the slots, and I have 60 gold left. 60 plus 150 of round, or 147 of round 2 is, well, it's 107 right now. And the upgraded Outcast cost 210. So let's see how it goes there. Here we have the Marv lane with the Carrion Splitter, typical Aqua lane, and your average Dwarf Fighter Militia overbuild lane. So yeah, 2 is going on here. The Outcast is obviously one-shotting here. The corrupted ant is doing a good job. And yeah, for now the outcast does not have any ability, it just 1120 HP and smacks them down. So we are sending here, I needed the gold from the Budok send to get the upgrade. As I said, I would have been at 207 and now I'm at 217 or 218 and can upgrade it here for 210. And now I get the Forsaken one.
Upgrade complete.
On the round it has 3 armor, but what will happen then is that it takes armor away from each of those surrounding units, and there are 6 units, and it will take 2 armor from each of those, resulting in a whopping 15 armor, which we will see in a second here. And overall this stuff yeah, worked out quite well. Benjo wants me to go double Forsaken one, which is obviously totally not the right play, and which should not work out, and which you should not do. And we have a perfectly fine, really good holder lane, but yeah, Benji wanted to, so I obliged. So yeah, now you can see this guy here with 15 armor, just not taking any damage here. It's quite insane. HP 1800 isn't the most, but with armor, 15 armor, 47% damage reduction is just insane. And they are leaking our blood orcs. And the hermit which we sent, another hermit here. And in the middle there's cannons. One cannon with a parasite and one without. If you go normal double cannon on 3, you can just afford 1 parasite, but yeah. So we are leaking. They are leaking 22 king. Don't have any HP attack. Now the first one came in, so they are on 0-1-1 now, getting their region up already and their attack. So overall, I don't really remember, but this should not be a heal. But let's see how it goes. So we scouted 2 cannons here, and yeah, my gold is 168, the outcast costs 200, so I'm gonna need that king gold here. So at the moment we have 3 lanes, big push, and 1 lane, 3 lanes no push and 1 lane with big push, and pink started to push now. So let's see how it goes here. We are expecting 5 cent by them, and for one thing is for sure, Forsaken 1 and Outcasts are not the best units for 5. They have bad armor type, they have bad damage type, they don't one-shot, I think they 2-shot here, so yeah. The Outcast, Forsaken 1, as I said, has 2 abilities. One of those is for each unit around them, they increase their armor but take armor away. And the other ability is, if there are no surrounding units, the Outcast takes, I'm not quite sure, like 40% less, but 40% damage less, but it also pushes damage back to the unit attacking it. So let's see how it goes here. They don't send anything here. As expected, they are going 5. Orange decided to full push his lane, so he's just gonna YOLO it. His lane does not really support any mid-game, and to ascend he would need to stay very overvalued, which is not necessary since we have 2 holds already. His lane is doing decent here, and he can do decent on 6 without big overbuild, so he's probably gonna add another Malf and push the rest. Okay, so, and I really didn't want to overbuild, to be honest, not with Outcast. I was fully prepared to go full YOLO game, but they kind of forced me into it. So yeah, here I am, or here I was, on round 5, getting 2 Forsaken ones. So let's see how that works out. Oh, we can see the rolls here, that's kind of sad. I wanted to hide them, but it doesn't really matter, to be honest. Okay, so we see a Disciple and Cannon again. 3 cannons in mid right now, that's a lot of cannons. So there's more than one lane, of course, and I end up on 218 gold. And yeah, this one will steal all the armor from all those, but this one would just steal armor from this one gold. So I decided to sell the last gold. So this one would get just 5 times 2, so 13 armor totally, and this one is gonna have no units around it, so we'll get the other effect. So yeah, I was hoping for them to go 6, because of course Forsaken ones are one of the strongest units on 6 you can have, I guess. But no way they're gonna do that. So we right now see they are sent here, and it's Fur Perm 2 Spirit, so it's no small send. And my blockers are dying first here. So let's see how this goes. I have quite the good aggro with 2 spirits on the right outcast, with most of the birds on the left one, and the Furb and the spirit and the hermit. And as you can see, yeah, I have absolutely disgusting perfect aggro here, so that my outcast, my Forsaken both went mid on a sliver of health, and with me together yellow is in mid, and even here I have absolute perfect aggro, staying in the back for quite some time. This guy living a long time with his high armor and letting the militia deal damage. And yeah, overall this worked out way better than it should work out ever. It well, was just stupid. Yeah, here we decided to let East Legion control the king. Usually you can click the king and take control over it, but I'm not quite sure why we did it, but we decided to not control the king, thus resulting in, and we didn't even up it, we didn't click it to here, and it resulted in us yeah, having auto king control down, not showing the skill. Of course, I know we are not immo, but yeah, if we had someone on king control, or at least have gotten one region or one attack or whatever, we would have saved this here. But this game, no one cared about anything because we had a double outcast lane. Yeah. And we decided to send Thix since we saw Disciple and Cannons just. So this is gonna be our send here. Going big 6, take heals and value there, and decide how to proceed. And I was thinking to get a lot for 7. So I pushed here, but I will change my mind a bit on the lot. So we will see how it goes and what happens here with the King League and stuff like that. But for now, my idea was to get a lot and have 1 lot over here and the 2 outcasts for 7. So let's see how it goes. We are sending close to 2k value, which is okay-ish. When you want to send 6, when you don't know their skill and don't know their real values, you want to have like 1 to 2 wyverns on each lane, because the damage of the golems is on the king is very low. So any decent king can easily hold a good send. And here, as you can see, outcasts are really, really strong here. They didn't even take any damage. They one-shot everything with very fast attack speed. And yeah, I ate that 6. Imagine them sending, I don't know how much value would you need to send there to break a lane like this, but sadly they didn't. Okay, so they are leaking 67 here. We will see their leak, and we are leaking as well. Orange suicided his lane on 5, so he didn't build for 5 to get the earlier push out, and now he couldn't recover more, but at least he got a 7-4, so all fine for him here. Okay, and there are 67 leaks to king. They already are 8-9 on king, and we have my lane as a hold lane, and we have his lane with one of the best anti-7s in the whole game, with decent blockers, dwarf fighters, which were from the previous role. So he is really set up to hold 7, and I'm a double Forsaken 1 lane, so what can go wrong? Okay, they are of course under heavy fire here. They already lost their first heal right here, right now. So Benji is talking to me here. He wants me to get a cannon plus some calls. I already told you that I won't go for the lot. And looking at my gold, I will get quite a lot. So let's see what I'm gonna build. They lost their second heal here, trying to save some wood on ups to get a send in. So we know that they are sending because they did not up, and Akantos is a really good player, so he knows how much you have to upgrade and how much you can save. So he wasted the second heal in favor of sending. And we decided to, like, okay, we don't have any king, we didn't use it yet, so we're just gonna send and trust our holds. And here's what I am doing. I decided against the lot. I wanted to surround the second Forsaken 1 as well to give it that 15 armor as well. And I decided to get some raiders, so I have at least a little bit of damage on my lane. But it's mostly pure tank value in the 2 Forsaken ones, and all those cold are just cannon fodder. Let's see, their send. This lane is, yeah, well, just a YOLO lane, Aqua YOLO lane, and the other holder lane here, which in my opinion is way stronger. 6 Spear Militia is a breaking point where your hold gets good. I am on 2 Wyvern, and everyone who played against Wyvern knows how hard they are hitting. And now look at that. 2 Wyvern on this Forsaken 1, with the whole lane and the Hermit on it. And it barely takes any damage. So, full surrounded Forsaken 1, quite the tank, I must admit. I just ate this whole round, got both Forsaken 1s and both Riders in mid. And here we have one of the best holder units just going barely mid, and that's a 90 gold difference. Not like I'm way overvalued ahead of him or anything, I'm just managed to get through the early game on behalf of one of the stupidest decisions there are, and well, I got my big boy Forsaken 1. So we still King League 30 here, and we have Thorn Mail, and we have like 0 king, so yeah, this is hurting a lot here. But let's see how much we use. They are already here as well. So let's see how it goes. Our first heal was gone on 5, this was our second heal. And here we have this third heal overall. Yeah, now it's getting really close, but this looks like we are surviving here. As Adrenaline said, best game ever. Yeah, it was quite entertaining, and you don't see an overbuild Forsaken 1 every day. But yeah, it's not really recommended to do it. I think it just worked out this one time and won't happen ever again, possibly. Yeah. So both teams are on -4 here. Our king is 4-5-2, so very low, and their king is 16-14-7, so about 4 times as many ups as us. So what do we decide? Let's go full 10, don't care. We will just hit them. So now that I held 7 well, and now that both of my Forsaken ones are surrounded here, I will go for the Hades for 10 with my current gold, and the gold I will get on 8 and 9. I should reach it. I didn't fully math it out, but it should be possible. So we decided to go KO 10. Our hold is not that impressive. This is not a holder lane. The ads are decent. The Dragonhawk Can do some damage on 10, but his lane is on 780 values, so not too big. He has Malv and Red, which are good blockers on 10, well the Red is one of the best blockers, and he has the Nightcrawler with high DPS and a debuff, which works very well on 10, so this is a decent lane on 10. My lane, as it stands, just has tanks, which isn't the best thing you want for 10, but it worked to now, so let's see how it works then. And his lane is decent at least. It has the Spear Militia, which have a lot of DPS, but the focus sometimes doesn't work out too well. He has a Dwarf King, which he would need a lot of gold to get it in an upgraded, to get the upgraded one, the Bronzebeard. They leak again here, and we see 5 cannons in mid, which is also not your typical game. So yeah, everything kinda not normal this game. Everything is, well, yeah, a bit different. So looking at our incomes and push, we are, well, not standing not too good there. We are behind in close to every metric behind the other team, but we have 2 strong lanes to hold 10, and we are going all in with a low king. So this is going to be interesting. Who's going to have the upper hand there? I got my lot here, and I will get enough to upgrade it to the Hades. Hades is no DPS, it's a blocker on 10. So I am combining blocker with blocker with blocker with no DPS. So yeah, don't try this at home, I guess. This build is not recommended, and it only worked out this fine till now because, oh well, somehow it worked out and I got lucky on the right rounds to hold there. Okay, let's see how it turns out here. On 9 there's no problem. I will just go mid, nothing special here. This lane as well should be mid without a big problem, even though the malformations are normal armor, it should do well as well. And he managed to get a Dragonhawk for 8, for 9. So he's not holding here, but clearing well enough, so he should leak like 5 creeps or something like that. And here, big mid, he managed to get the Dwarf King on 9, so he is possibly able, yes, he's gonna be able to upgrade it even, so he will have a Bronzebeard. We decided to send double Panda, as you saw, cannons, and they are slow shooting siege damage units, which often, well, can't really deal with the Panda. The ability doesn't work that well against them, and yeah, Panda overall is very strong against cannons.
I stand ready.
We added in some mass just to get the shots of the cannons to miss and not focus on the bosses. Okay, so I have 462 wood. Gold, and was thinking about, okay, I need to get a blocker, and then I would be far blocked. Was thinking about adding some ends, which are not the greatest anyway. So to all this stupidity, I decided to go 10 without a blocker. So I just upgraded this rider here and call it a day. So this is my hold for 10. This is a pink setup, which is quite well. This one won't do very much, and this setup is decent as well. So we are going into 10 purely based on our holds, and we send 4.3k in pure Panda and Mass. So let's see how it goes here. I am very lucky to get this one boss blocked into the back. I have my high count of blocker units, and I get perfect focus on the first boss here. And if you look at this, this is a Forsaken one, tanking a Villain and a Warlock, and just barely taking any damage. It's really insane how much these guys, when they are fully surrounded, can tank away. And as you might see, he's mid, I am mid, he's mid, and Orange just leaking 2 bosses and a bowman. So this game, looking at it, was a pure holder difference. We managed to build up in a way that we hold or close to full hold all their sends and always just leaked a little bit to king, and we were able to keep the pressure up all the game. They have no mid, they are leaking 3, 9, 10 bosses, and 10 bosses onto a close to maxed king on 10 usually means death. So let's see if they can live or if they die. And yeah, they got forsaken. I think if I would have stayed like the same overbuild with literally any other real unit, I would have gotten the same result, but this was really fun to play, and it somehow worked out miraculously. Really not your everyday game, so I wanted to share it with you. Thanks a lot for watching, and have a good one. Bye.